we saw from Danielson in the WWE. This is the version of Bryan Danielson that I am appreciating more than I have ever appreciated the guy. Because he's going out there and he's being the version of himself that he wants to be. He's taking the risks he wants to take. He's letting it all hang out. And he was never wasted in the WWE. And he's got the 7 digits in his bank account to back up my point.
Also, maybe one of the greatest WrestleMania moments of time on his record.
Yeah, but you know what? Seeing these matches that he's having in AEW, it's almost like I would trade that moment for a second. I don't know. He's doing such a great job, in my opinion, in AEW that I'd be willing to say, take your WrestleMania moment back. And think about what I just said. Well, I'm all about the WrestleMania moment.
But Bully, as you're saying that, and this is coming from you that, is a WWE Hall of Famer, Bully, I think Bryan Danielson thought the exact same way. Like, those moments, they're nice, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate what the WWE did for me, and he said that publicly. But you're absolutely right. For him, and for me as a fan, I'd much rather see matches like we saw last night from somebody like him.
What do you think about that, Pete?
And I wonder to myself, like, how can I even think this way
What?
at times? And I'll try
What do you think about that?
What? I'm not listening, dude. I'm
WrestleMania
fucking.
moments have been incredible.
What are you doing?
You're talking about a WrestleMania moment in
I'm
the
fucking trying to figure out how to do this.
You know what? Give me an Elks Lodge moment on Queens Boulevard any day of the week, and I might consider trading back my WrestleMania moment. That's why when I'm watching Danielson last night and seeing the wrestler that he is now, because he's more mature, he's smarter, his psychology is better. I'm seeing these matches with Paige, and Danielson is doing wonders for Paige, and Paige is doing wonders for himself by stepping up to Danielson's level in every way, shape, and form. But I'm watching it and I'm like, damn. Imagine if for 5 years we would have gotten this from him in the WWE, as opposed to the WWE's version of Daniel Bryan. Yeah, he had great matches, don't get me wrong. But shit, what I'm seeing last night, the physicality, the blood, the guts, the sweat, the tears, and this and that, that was good shit last night, man. I really, really liked it. Now, of course, I just put that match over to the moon. But the bottom feeders and the mouth breathers will only hear me talk about the Gotch pile driver.
Well, and this is, and it's almost unnecessary to talk about, but haters are going to be haters. I saw some things on social media that said, well, did you really need the blood? I think the blood was unnecessary. I completely disagree. Well, and I think you would agree with me as well. Not that you don't need blood all the time, but if there was ever a time to have blood, it was in a match like we saw last night. A match that's that physical and that draining physically, man, give me blood. I'm sorry, it definitely adds to the match, and you can't tell me I'm wrong.
They talk about how red equals green, and what that means is blood equals money. Whenever there's blood involved, there's money involved. Well, I'm hoping that the blood last night turned into numbers, and those numbers meaning ratings. I hope AEW has a very successful first night on TBS. I hope that the effort put forth by Hangman and Danielson to open up that match, results in the people being hooked and sticking around for the rest of the show. I thought that they were able to follow up the opening match with Punk and MJF, and we're going to get into that. But I'm not quite sure that the rest of the show was able to follow, despite the ending of the main event. And speaking of pile drivers that I did not like in the first match, we're going to be talking about pile drivers that I absolutely positively despised in the last match.
When you look at that match, and it was a bit of a swerve, I think everybody who was in that arena, at least everybody around by me, and probably watching at home as well, thought it was going to go the full hour like we saw the last time. They had the judges, but they didn't need to. It wasn't necessary. And Bully, Hangman Page, to me, needed that victory last night. If you're going to tell the story, you might Bryan Danielson at this point in his career, Bully is that one. You know, Bryan Danielson can lose a match like that. It doesn't affect him at all. But for Hangman Page to get that type of victory, it takes him to another level, in my opinion.
There's no doubt that victory last night meant something for Hangman and Page. A true professional knows that they can lose every day of the week and never lose an ounce of steam. You're right, Danielson, Teflon. That win last night for Page, necessary. I wish they would have used the three judges, Mark Henry, Big Show, and Jerry Lynn, a little bit more. I wish there could have been a little bit more interaction, some kind of swerve where you thought the judges were going to come into play more than they did. Another thing that I noticed is things that are taught in the WWE.
You get the fuck out of here.
That are embedded in your mind as performers to make you stars.
Fucking griefer, dude. Just totally fucking just fuck with me.
And, you know, when they announced him and waving to the crowd. Big Show standing up and waving to the crowd. Jerry Lynn did not do that. Why?
They have no idea why.
In the WWE, you're taught to be a star at all times, and when you have an opportunity to grab that spotlight, you grab that spotlight. And for a brief second, it was Mark Henry's spotlight, and for a brief second, it was the Big Show spotlight. Did not get the same from Jerry Lynn. Just a little thing that will resonate with me, that the average person, the average fan might not see.
Now, maybe I was wrong from my perspective, but also when you talk about the judges, it seemed like during the match that Bryan Danielson was interacting with the judges. Like, it seemed like he was looking for acknowledgement after he did something. He was talking a little trash to the judges. At least that's the way it looked from where I was sitting.
But yeah, he was acknowledging and talking a little bit. I would have liked to have seen just a little bit more. One of the sub-stories in the match would have been that Danielson was being such a douche to the judges that if it goes to the scorecards, this is not going to help Danielson's cause. Where now you're like, maybe this is going to go the full hour. Maybe this is going to go to the scorecards. Just a little thing that went through my mind, and as we're talking about it here, just BSing and shooting the breeze.
Well, speaking of BSing and shooting the breeze, we're going to do it with the nation. 877-344-4893. When Bully and I are back right here.
How much money does someone get from stopping me from delivering my coke?
Huh? What?
How much money does somebody get for killing me when I'm trying to deliver my coke in the business?
How much
Like-
what?
Okay, like when I'm trying to deliver my coke, so when
Yeah.
I'm selling it,
Yeah.
and some griefer kills me,
Yeah.
how much money do they get?
I don't know how much money. Probably not a lot. Not as much
So
as
it's
you'd. Not as much as you'd get. They get some money, but not as much as you'd get fucking delivering it.
I don't get that. Why fuck with me, you know?
Because that's all they know how to do. Let's see here.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone that has been diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers. The Internal Agency for Research on Cancer warned that overexposure to Roundup and other weed killers may increase the risk of developing non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Monsanto, the manufacturer of Roundup, may have known that Roundup and other weed killers were likely linked to organ damage and cancer. This information was hidden from the public as proprietary trade secrets since 1981, and Monsanto may have failed to warn of the potential risk of cancer. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call us now at 800-313-8606. Our network of attorneys are ready to fight for you, and you'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call now.
Why are you trying to stream your game?
Because I'm trying this out. Because I want to do some I want to do some gameplay, like game broadcasting.
Why?
Why not?
I mean, I don't know. It just seems like extra.
What do you mean? It seems like extra.
I don't know. It just seems like a waste of time.
Why is
but
it?
I guess
Why would it be a waste of time? Like maybe I'll get some followers and get a bunch of views and shit. and Facebook can pay me. Bunch of these people, a bunch of people started this, and then they fucking, that's what they do. They get paid and they fucking stream all day.
Yeah, but it's like 1 in a billion.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll sit here and talk about wrestling. I'll sit here and talk about shit, you know what I mean, while we're playing. It's not like I'm going to get any... I'm probably not going to get anybody fucking viewing, but I'll give it a shot.
Right.
I'm trying it on fucking Facebook. Because you can't just directly broadcast onto Facebook Gaming. You can either do it with Twitch or do it with YouTube. Yeah. So what I did is I streamed to YouTube. So I've got a broadcast going on my YouTube page, and then I gotta do a screen share onto Facebook Gaming so they can see my gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
No, I mean that's cool, I guess.
Well, if you don't want to,
at least it's a good hobby, you know.
Well, if you don't want to be on the audio, then we can get off the chat because you're gonna be on the chat.
No, I don't mind being on the audio. I mean, especially when you're starting out, there's only gonna be like maybe one person watching, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to share it to my I'm gonna try to share it to my fucking on my Facebook, and then if someone sees it, they can pop up and they can watch it.
Yeah, but you probably need to share it on like other things, right? Like to get like followers, like Reddit and Discord and Twitter and probably you know what I mean?
No, Facebook has a whole section called Facebook Gaming, and what you do is you go over on your like fucking on Facebook and you can hit gaming, and then it pops up like there'll be a bunch of like different people streaming right now, and you can.
Yeah,
like,
but don't you think it probably shows like people who have like, a lot of followers and stuff?
Yeah.
Because usually Facebook and Instagram they favor those who are like constantly posting and sharing.
Yeah, but
if
I share it on my wall, then I have that. I mean, I don't know, like how did these people get started? And there's
well, I can tell you a little bit how they get started. It's the same thing with like getting followers on Instagram. You have to be posting like multiple times a day, tagging, like hashtagging, like gaming, live Facebook gaming, like tag. Because the more you interact with Facebook and the more you interact and tag,
the more they'll favor you.
The more they'll favor you, because you basically have to make yourself like a whore to Facebook for like a long time and get into the algorithm. So like the more you're engaging.
This guy was showing me. There was this video I was just watching. The guy, he actually like he showed you how to like fuck with the algorithm. Like you. I have to go back to that video though. It's like he did something. Audience settings.
It just did not sound right. Two totally, different voices, but Axel was able to capture the sound, the feel, the emotion,
I'm gonna go 18 plus.
Of Bond's voice, and being able to hear.
No, I'm not gonna go. I'll keep it clean for now.
Actually, if you closed your eyes, you thought maybe, just maybe, Bond was out there listening to Axel. Man, that's why I love Axel with AC/DC so much, just for the Bond songs.
It's very different. It's almost like Van Halen. Like the whole music changed when Sammy Hagar over David Lee Roth. And when he tried to sing those songs, it just didn't cut it. All right, let's get out to the bus.
Yeah, you also have to like engage with other gamers too, and like the more you comment and share other people's shit, and
the more they'll share your shit.
Yeah, well, no, not them sharing you, but like the more right, sweetie? Isn't that kind of how like Instagram and Facebook's algorithm works? Like the more you interact with other people.
No, there was this guy that did a video.
No, but like okay, so Pete wants to like start streaming his gaming, and so like how do you build up followers? Like to get like to have Facebook recommend you to people or put you in the algorithm to where you show up in people's like explore kind of thing in the gaming section, the tab. Like, how would you think you would like push that? Like by being like hashtagging a lot and just being on every day, multiple times a day, and interacting with people. Yeah, you gotta like other people's stuff, comment on other people's stuff. You're gonna have to stream multiple times a day.
Yeah,
Follow a bunch of people.
that's
Yeah, you're
fine.
gonna have to go and like friend like a ton of like all the gamers,
Yeah, that's
everyone who's
fine.
like go follow all the feeds.
No, not this guy.
Like every time you like just go on like the game feed and just follow all the top gamers, like everyone, like hundreds of people, and friend them, whatever. Comment, like, share. That
Fucking
way
A,
you're
man. There was this guy that fucking I was just watching.
But what a great match. Thinking of that match, somebody who wants to talk about it is our good friend and longtime listener, Tantalizing Tony from
Yeah,
Delaware.
because you have to like Facebook like basically makes you be a slave to them before they will.
Well, what the fuck
You know
ever.
what I
I'm
mean?
just doing it as a hobby, dude. I don't give
I
a
know.
fuck,
I'm
dude. I'm
trying to
just
give you
fucking.
tips. Why can't I give you tips?
I'm looking at this one guy fucking. He fucking showed you. He did something in like what his title is, and it like really helps your algorithm. Is what he said. Really helps
Yeah.
with it.
All the matches last night, not just a great match between Adam Page and Bryan Danielson. All the matches. Could you decipher, other than MJF, who the heels were in the matches? Because to me, there was no differential on who the face was and who the heel was in any of the matches. Well, one of the problems within AEW is that everybody is a pseudo babyface, and anybody who is a legitimate heel or tries to portray a legitimate heel is still liked in some way, shape, or form. Lots of talent in AEW works for the pop, works for the
Okay,
crowd.
here we go. How to set up. This is the guy right here.
Most talent. There are those there who truly know what they're doing inside that ring and know how to manipulate an audience. And if they want a heel reaction, will not do things that are supposed to get pops or pop.
And they said Facebook gaming's the best way to do it.
You're looking at a company that
I mean, I have a Twitch account, but how many people go on Twitch? You know what I mean?
Right.
love everybody in the company. It's part of being in the honeymoon stage. This is why I believe it is easy for somebody to become a heel in AEW. Just carve out a niche. Everybody is going in one direction in that company. When everybody goes in one direction,
Apparently, this guy's fucking set up.
go in the other. This is why an MJF stands out so much. And MJF is the closest thing that they have to a real heel. But he's not even the type of heel that I describe on this show. Because the crowd loves to hate MJF. When MJF comes out, the part of the show where MJF is going to carve us to shreds, we love it. Does that make sense to you, Tony?
Yeah, Tony's gone. But fully, would you describe that about Bryan Danielson? I think if there was one match last night,
Okay, what do you, I missed that.
Bryan Danielson. No, I mean, I'm not talking about the crowd reaction. I'm talking about what we see between those two.
And this is why I said, not everybody in the company. There are some who get it. And why does Danielson get it? Because Danielson is a true pro who's been around for a long time and knows how to manipulate.
Gaming video 3.
Bryan Danielson knows how to speak. People love him when it's time to love him, and people hate him when it's time to hate him. That is what a true professional knows how to do. Love me on Monday, hate me on Tuesday.
Okay,
Love me again on Wednesday.
All right, let's go back out to Mike in Jersey. Good morning, Mike. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. What's going on, Billy? The scores, the thing with the judges, I did think it was kind of weird. We're going to have judges and scorecards only have it not affect the match. But however, do you think there's a chance that they use that to extend the feud? Maybe one of the judges is in a backstage interview or something next week, and he says something about, I actually had Bryan Danielson ahead on the scorecards until the fuck shot. No. The judges, bro, I didn't mean to cut you off, but let me cut to the chase. The judges were there for one reason and one reason only, to make you think they were going to go an hour again. Yep. And I would have used that to play into the match, and that's why I said if Danielson would have, let's say let's say the Big Show was had a drink in his hand, a cup of whatever, water, beer, and Danielson was outside with Paige, and Danielson's beating the shit out of Paige, and then turns around and looks at Big Show, grabs his beer, takes a swig of it, and then throws it on Jerry Lynn. People would have shit themselves right there. Jerry could have come in and said, that is not a smart move by Danielson. You would think that a pro of 20 years like Danielson would know better. What if this goes to the scorecard? That's going to come into play. Now as a fan, you're like, holy shit, something's going to happen where the judges are going to get involved. Now when the judges don't get involved, you're going to pop bigger for Hangman Page getting the victory, because not only did he disrespect Jerry Lynn, but he got the, he was able to beat Danielson. Do you see how that all plays into the story of the match?
Yeah, but the judges are out at this point. I mean, you had a clean finish in the middle of the ring. So if one judge thought, hey, I had him on higher score, that's all thrown out the window because you got a conclusion of the match, right? Come back, 60 seconds. Mike and Hoboken, not so much a frequent caller to the show, but a long-time listener. And Bully, I know you know him because each and every, it seems like almost every Dynamite, he's out there with busted open signs and fathead. So I wanted to give him a very special shout-out because he may have had the sign of the night last night at Dynamite.
And which one was that?
Gavin.
Gaming video creator.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I mean, and it blew up Twitter for a little bit there too, because I think the nation wants to know or Wardlow.
Let's assume that Gabby is having breakfast right now with either Hobbs or Wardlow. Knowing Gabby, it's probably the both of them. But who do you think she would be having breakfast with? Maybe we should put up a quick poll. Throw up a poll.
I don't know. That seems a little inappropriate for a poll.
Why? It's breakfast.
It's breakfast.
Facebook don't make it easy. They don't make this easy at all.
And I'm gonna go. My personal belief. I think it's Hobbs. Thoughts? You know why?
That's what I was going to ask you. Why?
I'm going to give you my reasoning. Because we had Wardlow on. By the way, Wardlow Appreciation Day is coming very soon. So, and the fact that Gabby hasn't even mentioned Wardlow Appreciation Day makes you think what she feels about Wardlow right now. And I think Gabby really gave the blow off to Wardlow the last time he was on. Now you're shaking your head. So you're looking at this completely different. Explain, sir.
I don't think Gabby blew off Wardlow.
Okay.
I think Wardlow blew off Gabby.
Oh, then that answers your question. All right, so let me ask you this. Now this poses another question. Does somebody like Gabby, because you're talking about Gabby, the inflated ego that she's getting, does she appreciate a little bit of a pushback, or is she like, screw this guy, forget it, I'm moving on?
No, she's one of those who, she likes it when there's a little bit of pushback, playful pushback. But at the end of the day, the way Wardlow just chucked her to the side and was like, yeah, whatever, you got no shot, girl. That bruised that egomaniac's ego. So, yeah, I think it's definitely, I think she's having pancakes and eggs right now with Hobbs, because Hobbs is like a puppy dog when it comes to Gabby. And she likes to be in control. And she likes her men, large with, not too much to say. And that's Hobbs.
Wardlow Appreciation Day is Wednesday the 19th of this month. I think that's going to be very, very telling. What type of, because she's, the glue, she's the producer of the show. What she does on Wednesday the 19th for Wardlow Appreciation Day.
And just to show our appreciation for Gabby this morning, I would appreciate if the entire Busted Open Nation picked up their Twitter machines right now and tweeted Gabby. That's all you got to do. #ThirstyGabby.
Also, if anybody took pictures with Gabby, love to see those pictures.
God. Get that fucking stupid handicap drinking a fucking beer thing off. I just created this fucking page when I was a drunk.
Do you need to make you some sort of profile picture?
Yeah, if you want to work on it.
But like what? You gotta give me some ideas.
Like me gaming.
Well, the problem is you don't have any good photos of yourself, like, gaming, so it's hard to, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna start this shit. Now I'm trying to... Okay, let's see here.
Yeah. I didn't know that they needed to be fed.
Okay, so it's
Nope.
like 20 seconds is what it is.
What's 20 seconds?
So it's like 20 seconds is what it is.
What are you talking about?
The friggin' live stream, like from me talking right now in 20 seconds it'll pop up on YouTube like that.
The algorithm is a fucking fickle, you know, thing.
Yeah, well, we'll get in
If
on
you
this.
do it right, you could.
Yeah, we'll get. Yeah, well, I did one of the things is video. You have to write in your category of like what you are. Your page is video game create or gaming video creator or fucking gaming streamer creator or whatever. Yeah, game video creator. That's what the guy said. He's like, in your categories, you want to write gaming video creator, and he goes, and that will help you out a lot with the algorithm. So when people like look for, I can't do that because it's like too delayed.
Now, do you have a video of yourself like in the corner?
Yeah, it does all that on the PlayStation.
Oh, you have a webcam or something?
Yeah, I got my PlayStation camera, and I got the gameplay showing right now. And now I'm trying to fucking set up a share the story.
What you should do is get like a